Hari Om, a very warm welcome to yet another live session in this channel of Holistic Health with Dr. Deb. Today, I am super thrilled because in this particular live session, I have chosen a topic that has changed the lives of millions of people, if not more. So this, as you can see very clearly from the title, this particular topic will be about an audio that came to the internet like 70 years ago almost, but it is still being heard by thousands and thousands of people worldwide, especially those who want to live a meaningful life, taking charge of their own lives. I am going to talk about today, in this particular session, the key takeaways of an audio called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. And for those of you who are not familiar with this audio as yet, I will introduce to you about this audio also. And from today onwards, you will probably see that this 35-minute audio can make an impact so deep that you are not looking back anymore for the rest of your life. My name is Dr. Deb, and I am a data scientist turned full-time holistic healer, a Vedic healer, and a health coach. I primarily work and empower with the early and the midlife busy working professionals to heal naturally, lead a sattvic, harmonious life, and to lead consciously by an conscious amalgamation of ancient wisdom and modern science. I most cordially welcome you all to this live session on why only 5% lead and live a successful life and 95% don't. And what is success anyway? What is the strangest secret behind success, and who defines it? How is it defined? Even when we talk about successful person, what is success anyway? And what are the criteria of somebody when say that whether that person is successful or not? When somebody says I am successful, what are the criteria even to look at first, so that it connects to who you are first, and then anything else that comes on this world. Okay, so I will be talking about in particular 13 key takeaways from this audio called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale, an audio that is available and accessible for everybody freely in the YouTube, as you know. For those of you who don't worry about it, because I will be talking about this audio for this whole session of probably half an hour or so. And I just want, before I get going into the discussion, I would like all of you to get a notebook and a pen and a writing tool, because I would like you to take notes as I will be walking you step by step through this 13 key takeaways, which will essentially be centered around why do 5% succeed in life and 95% don't, based on the summary on this audio called The Strangest Secret. With that, a cordial welcome to each one of you in this community of holistic health and healing and wellness. My name is Dr. Deb, and I am a data scientist turned full-time Vedic healer and a holistic health coach. Today, I will be facilitating this session to you. I hope after these 30-40 minutes, your life will not be the same again. With that promise, let's get going. I would start this discussion with the central theme of this audio, The Strangest Secret, which is one of my most favorite statements also. And for those of you who have worked with me before one-on-one and who is in touch with me all the time in terms of their holistic health and healing, they know I love this statement. It is, you become what you think about. You become what you think about. Okay, let me restate it again. You become what you think about. So this is the central core. The central core of this discussion is this one bold statement. If you can get it inscribed in your mindset for the rest of your life, not because I am saying so, but because starting from the ancient wisdoms of Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, or any ancient scriptures, any ancient wisdom from any culture, if you search for it, and you will see that whether it's the Bible, the Quran, the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, if you look at those scriptures, you will see what is given the prime importance is our mind. In this case, when we talk about our mind, I am talking about our mindset. So let me start again with that statement of you become what you think about. Sounds pretty simple, right? But this one idea, this one statement, this one mantra has changed the lives of millions. And it comes from a man in our modern age. It comes from a man named Earl Nightingale, who recorded this audio called The Strangest Secret around 1956 or so, around that time. So exactly about 70 years ago almost. And it's still relevant today more than ever before. So if you are in your early 20s or in your mid 30s or in your mid 40s, whatever, if you are an early or midlife busy working professional, anywhere between say 18 to 60, and you are aspiring to live a meaningful, fulfilling life where you are not checking the tick boxes of society's expectations, your familial expectations, your peer pressure expectations, but you are actually living the life based on the course of your soul calling. In Vedic wisdom, we call it Swa Dharma. Swa means oneself, Dharma means righteous path. Whatever one's soul calling is, taking the path according as that soul calling. So Swadharma. If you are a person who wants to take charge of your life today, from this very moment, this video, this session is going to be for you. So please be ready with your notebooks. And if you have not noted down that first statement yet, please write it down. You are what you think about. I will talk you through 13 different key takeaways from this particular topic of the strangest secret. Let's get straight into the first one. And I have my notes here for you. So I have prepared some notes. So I will be referring to the notes when I look up. You know that I'm referring to the notes. So why do only 5% succeed and 95% don't? You know what is the reason? The reason is people, whether it was in 1950s or whether it is in 2025, people learn very quickly to conform. What does conform means? Conform means to adapt according as, or to believe whatever they are seeing around themselves. Instead of listening to their own soul calling, they conform to their families' expectations, They conform to the society's expectations. They conform to their peer pressure expectation. So in this video called The Strangest Secret, the audio, the author, the speaker beautifully says the opposite of courage is not cowardice. If I ask you, what is the opposite of courage? Your bravery, courage. The opposite of courage is not cowardice. You know what it is? It is conformity. The opposite of courage is conformity. People learn when they are growing up, either by their parents, parental teaching, or by the societal teaching, or by the teachers when they go to schools. Very quickly, they pick up how everybody walking around in this world, how everybody, almost 99.99% of the people they see around them, including people in their home, they see everybody is learning how to conform. So the opposite of courage is not cowardice, it is conformity. And let me tell you, people fail at the end of their lives with all these aspirations when they start their life, say in the 18, when they're adult, when in their 20s, mid-20s, or whenever they're ready to start a life and earning their own money, standing on their own feet. All of them has this zeal to create a life of their own willing, create a life and decorate it with how they want it to be. But very soon, very quickly, they fail to do so because they fall victim to this deadly disease of conformity without even asking, why am I doing what am I doing? For example, in the audio, it says that if you ask 20 people in the morning, why do you wake up and go to work? 19 of them will have no idea. And almost surely 19 of them will say, I wake up and go to work because everybody else does that. Because that's what you do. You wake up and go to work. Not because they would like to and they want to and they are dying to go to work, but because he or she knows that's what everybody does. That's why they go for the work. In the morning, they get up. Not that they have a burning zeal to get up. Okay, so most people copy others without asking why. The question, why should I do what the other person is doing? They just follow the herd. They conform to the crowd, not realizing the crowd is often lost. You know what? We oftentimes in this modern world of rat race, we oftentimes see people are busy climbing up the rungs of the ladders, whether it's in their career, whether it's in their lives. They are busy climbing up the rungs of ladder of growth. Oftentimes not noticing that the ladder might not be leading to the place that they would love to go to. It is probably the wrong ladder that they have been busy climbing up upon. So instead of asking, why should I follow somebody, they start conforming. So the very first takeaway is, please note down, most people fail because they conform. Okay, they conform. And that can be for multiple reasons. Like I said, it can be based on the expectations of the family. The conformity can happen because of the expectations of the society, or it can happen because of the expectations of the peer pressure around them. Like I said, everybody growing up, they see that, oh, after you do your grade 10 exam, you go for 12 exam, and then you go for the college, 3-year college, 4-year college, and then you go for a master's degree, and you can go for a higher degree or not. Then you have a family and you go for a job, a 9-to-5 job, you earn some money, whatever money it is, and you are satiated with whatever you get, and that's it. And you raise a family and you die one day. That's it. Is that it? Is that really it? Ask this question to yourself. So, number one takeaway, most people fail because they quickly learn to conform. Number Two, thinking is rare, and that's the problem. Earl Nightingale, in this video, in this audio, The Strangest Secret, he says the problem is, he brings up the fact, the problem is most people don't think. Most people don't simply think. We assume that other people know where they are going, what they are doing, where they are going, where they are destined to. So we follow blindly as well. Like I have been saying, that people start conforming and they follow others without thinking, where are they even going? Is that the place where I would like to go? Is that the place which is meant for me in my life? But success begins when you pause to think deeply about your own life, what success even mean to you. Like Einstein has this beautiful example where he says that you cannot compare between a monkey and a fish to see who climbs up the tree the fastest. It's an unfair comparison. Similarly, you cannot compare the monkey and the fish to see who swims across the river the fastest. Okay? Everybody, every unique individual has their own sets of superpowers. I love this concept of superpowers, which is the unique set of gifts that we are born with. And whether, instead of analyzing, instead of thinking deeply about our own sets of superpowers, we start to conform and we blindly follow the herd, blindly follow the crowd, without even thinking, is that what that I can do for the rest of my life, even if I am not getting paid? Is that the path that I want to follow? And I would wake up with enthusiasm, with vibrance, with motivation every single morning, like I have a purpose to live. Is that the path that I want to follow? No. Instead of asking that, people don't think and they simply start to follow the crowd. This brings us to number third key takeaway. The question is, when we talk about whether one is successful or not, the important question that comes is, what is success, right? Because if you want to say the word successful and you want to assess whether one is successful or not, the key concept comes, what is success? And in this audio, The Strangest Secret, Earl Nightingale, he beautifully says success, and simply defines success as success is the progressive realization towards a worthy goal. Please note it down. I will say it 2 more times slowly. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. One more time. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy goal. So, worthy for who? For you. Suppose you are a born artist. Art comes to you naturally, and you are, say, a beautiful portrait painter. Now, success is when you are progressing towards realizing the goal of you becoming a world-class artist, so that you can heal people, you can transform lives of people around you, in your society, in your family, in your society, in the world in turn, through your artistic ventures. If that is a worthy goal for you, and if you are progressing towards that goal, in small steps, in baby steps, you are a successful person. It is not defined by how much net worth you are having at this current moment. Your money will be a natural byproduct or consequence once you are living a purposeful life, meaning a successful life. And I just defined what success is. If you are progressing towards a worthy goal gradually and stably, and for surely. For example, in my case, my superpower is to share with the world the ancient wisdom and the modern science of holistic health and wellness, and I want to do this for the rest of my life, to share it with the world so that I can redefine the concept of health in our community, in our society, and in the world. And if I am taking progressive steps towards realizing that, including conducting this YouTube live, I am a successful person. Similarly, whatever is your worthy goal, whatever gives meaning to your life, if you are progressing towards that in baby steps every single day, you are a successful person. That is what success is defined. Not by how much money you are earning, not by anything else what society is saying, whether you are being able to check their expectations or not. Am I making sense? So write down the number third key takeaway is success. The simple definition of success. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal defined by you yourself. Okay? Now, as long as you are moving towards the goal deliberately, consciously, by choice, you are a success. Yes, my friend, that defines whether you are successful or not. Many people, I'm saying this because, in my holistic health and healing offerings, when people come and talk to me, it has happened. These are true stories. It has happened. When a young person came to me, a young lady, and I was asking, what do you want to do? I mean, what is your goal? Suppose we were doing a small activity in that breakthrough session, and I asked her to close her eyes and see in a world where you have everything that you want to fulfill. You have, suppose, everything at your fingertips. Now you envision your ideal day. Now tell me, when you go for work, what are you doing in your ideal day? And she just says, I go to work, and I come back to work from work, and I do some yoga and blah, blah, blah. And in the evening, I have dinner and have spent some time with my family. But I said, well, hold on a second. When you closed your eyes and you said you are going for work, what is it exactly that you are doing in that 8 hours of the day? It's your ideal day. So tell me what you are doing. The person was not able to tell me. It was her ideal day that I said, you envision your ideal day, and there is no inhibition of what you can think about as your ideal day. And now tell me, it was a breakthrough session, right? A discovery call. And I said, now tell me, what is your ideal day look like? What kind of job you are doing in your ideal day? She was not able to tell. So the clarity is not even there. What is it that I wake up to every morning? How can you even define success for an individual when we don't even know what is the thing that we can envision ourselves waking up to every single day with full vibration, full power, and all of that? Powerful, right? Powerful. Now, the fourth key takeaway is, you can say, the prime takeaway from not only this audio, but also from all the sacred texts that exist, say on yoga, whatever relates to the mind, every text, whether it's modern psychology, positive psychology, or whether it's ancient scriptures, it will talk about this fourth key takeaway. You become what you think about. Remember, I started with that bold statement. Here comes the fourth key takeaway. Out of the 13 key takeaways, we are now talking about the fourth key takeaway. You become what you think about. Many saints, many sages from ancient India or worldwide, the ancient seers have talked about this. We are the sum total of our own thoughts, of our own belief systems. There is a beautiful book by the world-renowned cell biologist named Dr. Bruce Lipton. Dr. Bruce Lipton, who is also known as the father of epigenetics also, right? So he has a book called The Biology of Belief. Just, if you have not seen that book or heard about that book, just get that book today. I'm giving you a call to action. If you have not seen the book or heard about the book, Biology of Belief, The Biology of Belief by Dr. Bruce Lipton, go get it today itself. If you think in positive terms, you will attract positive things. If you think in negative terms, you will attract negative things. As simple as that. You are what you think about. Our mind is a fertile ground, okay? If you have two seeds, one of a corn and one of a nightshade, a deadly poison, whatever seed you reap in the soil, whatever seed you plant in the soil of your fertile ground of this mind, the mind will abundantly give you back exactly what you have planted. If you have planted the negative thoughts, if you have planted the suspicions, if you have planted the doubts, if you have planted fear, that's what you will get. If you have planted positive thoughts, if you have planted courage, if you have planted to respond to your soul calling, if you have planted truth, honesty, whatever it is, love, that's what you will get. Because the subconscious, the mind does not argue. It just gives you back what you makes it believe, what you feeds to it, okay? We are the sum total of our own thoughts. Now, your dominant thoughts become your reality. Think about growth, purpose, and progress, and you will attract those. Have you heard of this concept in recent times called manifestation? Lots of manifestation coaches. What do you think is the manifestation based upon? You attract, you manifest whatever you exude as your biomagnetic aura, as your energetic field, whatever. In your thoughts are these wave patterns, your thoughts are these electromagnetic waves. Whatever you exude around you, that's what you will attract in your own life. So the whole manifestation coaching thing works on this. You become what you think about. I will move on to the next point just by saying that one last thing. Just like if you think about your growth, purpose, and progress, you will attract those. If you think about fear, failure, and stress, you will live in that space, my dear friends. You will live in that very space. Okay? Number 5, the law of cause and effect rules everything. In Vedic wisdom, we say karma. Karma. Very literally, it means actions or deeds. If you put out good deeds out there, you will be flooded with bounty of good deeds receiving. If you put out negative things outside, that's exactly what you will receive. As simple as that. Nature is a very, very fair ground. It is not biased like human beings. If you put out good things, you will receive good things. If you put out negative things, that's exactly what you will receive. The whole nature is being governed, just like the Newton's third law of motion, which works on gravitational forces, which works on the celestial bodies, but it also works as equally on human beings. Every action has its equal and opposite reaction. Okay? So your life is not random. It's mechanical. It's like a theory. It's like a formula. Just like mathematical formula, if you put in the values, you will get exactly what the outcome is supposed to be. It's not random. So your input will equal to your output. If you plant wheat, you will not get weeds. You will only get wheat that you have planted. So my dear friends, I want to say, plant good seeds today that works for you, that you know that will uplift you and the others around you in your daily habits, in your positive thoughts, and in your goal-focused actions. All right, in your goal-focused actions. Now, talking about goals, you heard I just said that goal-focused actions which are aligned with your goals. Now, what is what is this goal? Like, is it important to have goals? Now, in the Strangest Secret, that audio, Earl Nightingale, he talks about a beautiful analogy. Suppose there are two ships. One ship is having a compass, a navigation crew, a clear destination, and it has been assigned the passenger capacity and everything, and the passengers have boarded the ship. So out of 10,000 times, 9,999 times it will reach to its destination. But think about another ship which does not have any crew member. Forget about any compass. It has no clearly assigned destination where it wants to go, and it has no passengers for sure. It is just left on its own, and if the ship starts from the harbor at all, it will either sink because it will lose the fuel and it cannot go any further. So with the weight of its sheer weight, it will just sink, or it will end up in a deserted land anywhere in the world. And anywhere is not a good destination to be at, to arrive at. Yeah. So why do some people fail and the others don't? Is because the successful people have a clearly defined goal. Goal is something that differentiates between a successful person and an unsuccessful failed person. Okay. So if you don't know where you are going, you will never get there. For example, if I did not set a goal for conducting this YouTube live session, if I have only thought about it without having a clear-cut plan when I will be having it, what topic, and all of that, I would have never been able to conduct this session itself, my friends, because I have researched about it, because I have worked hard to prepare for this, because I have planned the session, because I have prepared the notes, because I have been brainstorming about what can be, or what time can I have this live session and all of that. That's why I have been able to hold this live session, and I am coming to you live and being able to share all these gems of life because I had a clearly specified goals. And for the people who work with me one-on-one, I handhold them by guiding them through clearly defined steps and techniques how to set the goals once they know what is their aligned dreams, what is their soul calling, their ikigai. First we discover the ikigai, then we discover the superpowers, then we discover the ikigai, then we discover the why, between why somebody wants to have something as their ikigai, and once they have figured it out, then we talk about the how part. And for the how part, we set clearly defined goals. So I would invite all of you from today, when you have that worthy goal that you are pursuing, have a clearly written goal. For example, if you are a video creator, okay, whoever is watching this video, if you are a video creator, like a digital creator, and you have some projects, you set a clearly defined written goal saying that I will complete the task of publishing one shorts or one reel or one podcast episode by next week, which is say July 31st or whatever. Give a specific, measurable, action-oriented, relatable, time-bound, evaluation-based, reward-based, clearly written goal. Okay? Number 7. The 7th key takeaway is, like I said, most people fail because they don't have any goals. They are letting their life be conducted as it is. And these are harsh truth, my friends. I am not here to have a small talk or tell you something sugar-coated. These discussions in holistic health and healing, if we are not acknowledging what is going on in our lives with complete honesty and clarity, there is no space of modifications and there is no space of growth. So I'm just saying that most people, we allow our lives to just be handled as it is being. We scroll through mindlessly without having a clear idea why even I'm doing this. We let our lives be carried away by however it is being right now, even if we are stuck in our life and we have so many aspirations that we want to achieve, but we are not being able to because we don't have any goals. So 95% of people, those who are not succeeding, they are simply reacting to life as and when it comes up. As and when it surfaces up to them, they just take one reaction to the next. And the 5% of people who are actually successful, they are spending the maximum amount of their waking time by creating whatever is meaningful for them, for their worthy goal. Yeah, that was number 7. We are moving on to number 8, and write it down. The number 8 is the 30-day test that can change your life. Now, here is some action-oriented discussion. Right now, I talked about what success is, why do people fail, the difference between having a goal and not. We talked about what is the opposite of courage and all of that. But here comes how to implement this in your life. I am giving you a 30-day test. The 30-day test, as Earl Nightingale talks about in this Strangest Secret audio, it goes like this. Focus on one clear goal. Focus on one clear goal for the next 30 days. One clear goal, okay? Just think about it can be any goal, but just one goal, which is aligned to your soul calling, which is aligned to your ikigai, and which is aligned to what a worthy ideal looks like for you. According to that, pick one goal. For the next 30 days, you think about it, you work toward it, you believe in it, and if fear or negativity shows up, which is very natural for human brain because human brain is biased towards negativity, if that shows up, you nip it in the bud and you replace it with your goal, your consciously chosen goal. For the next 30 days, every single day, you feel yourself, you feel your thoughts, you feel your emotions, you feel your intellect, you feel your waking time as much as you can with that one clearly chosen goal. Every single day, you nurture it, you water it, you work toward it, you have faith on it, and you believe in it. 30 days. Once in the middle, once you are in the process, if you lose track, or if for some day you realize that you have been overwhelmed by negativity, start over again. Because this 30-day test is not something that you check off and say that, oh, I am done. This is something that will shape our reality that we are living in our life, in this lifetime. So 30 days, do not allow any kind of negativity, any kind of other thoughts take up your mind other than your clearly aspired goal. Okay, one goal is enough. If fear or doubt shows up, you replace it with your goal. Number 9. Are we ready for number 9? Like I said, I will be discussing 13 key takeaways. We are already in number 9. You must pay the price. You must pay the price. Most of us think that once I make a lot of money, I will be successful. But we haven't really gotten the law of money. We don't earn money before we are successful. We are not successful because we earn a lot of money. We earn a lot of money because we are successful, which means money comes as a byproduct, as a consequence after we have become successful. You know, it's like this. Suppose we want fire. We all have gone in the campfire and we will light up some fire, and we are telling to the fire, oh fire, I am ready. Oh, just give you are saying to the wood that you have collected for the fire, you just say, oh wood, I am ready, give me fire, give me heat. No, you have to first put in the fuel, the wood, and then the lightning fuel, and only then when the wood burns, you will receive the heat. So you must pay the price first. What is price in this sense? The price in this sense is discipline, focus, courage, sacrifice, repetition, the donkey's work we talk about. If you are an entrepreneur, I am an entrepreneur myself, a holistic health and healer. I have my own business and entrepreneurship. If I have to stick to it, since this is my life mission, I must pay the price of utmost focus, utmost discipline, utmost courage, utmost sacrifice. And I repeat showing up to my community just like this, again and again and again and again and again, doing the donkey's work that you might think. But if we don't pay the price, we cannot expect the return that we are expecting. Okay? You first put in the fuel and then you will receive the heat. You cannot expect to receive the heat without putting in the fuel. Most of us are in a mindset where we say, let me first get the benefits, then I will think if I would invest in anything. The law of rewards and actions does not work like backward. You pay the price, you burn through transformation, you have the tapas. In yogic terms we say tapas. Tapas means intense heat. You create intensity, you create heat with your intense sadhana, intense focus, intense discipline. That's when the universe will yield to you. No matter however big or small your goal is, you will be progressing and attracting success. That is how we defined it. As long as you are paying the price, you are moving towards a worthy goal. Success, as a consequence, a lots and abundant amount of money will come to you. You don't have to chase for it. You will attract it. Okay? Number 10. So before that, I just want to say one thing is, when you might think about that, why should I pay the price? I mean, see what's on the other side. If you don't pay the price, you stay stuck into the rut of this mindless loop that you are staying, of not having enough prosperity, not having enough peace, of following the crowd without even knowing why are you doing this, not having fulfillment in your life, not having joy in your day-to-day life, not being able to do what is meaningful to you. You will be stuck into this whole loop of unfulfillment for the rest of your life. You probably is earning quote-unquote enough to sustain a family, but is that it? Is that it why you are here in this world? So that is the price that you would pay if you are not paying the price of intense focus, discipline, all of that. And what is on the other side? The price that you pay will be really small compared to the joy of building a meaningful life, a life that you wanted to live from the very first day that you discovered your soul calling. This was the life that you wanted to live. This will be the reward that you will achieve on the other side. So think about this. When you think of the price, pay the price, it's a relative statement. The price that you pay is your intense sadhana, intense focus, discipline, courage, sacrifice, repetition. And you manifest the life of utmost fulfillment that you have always desired for. On the other side, if you don't pay the price, you are living this suboptimal life and living only a small fraction of what you are capable of. Are you getting my point? So, number 10, act immediately and consistently. You know, when I was teaching this Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, one of the prime root textbooks on the ancient science of yoga, Patanjali talks about abhyasa, two things that will change anybody's course of action. One is abhyasa. Abhyasa is intense practice, I will define it, and is vairagya, means non-attachment. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, exactly these two words Shri Krishna tells to Arjuna, the great warrior, in the middle of the battlefield. Abhyasa and vairagya. So Maharshi Patanjali defines abhyasa in the first chapter. You know, Patanjali's Yoga Sutras has 196 very power-packed aphorisms. Maharshi Patanjali defines abhyasa as practice as something that you do intensely for a long amount of time. If you even look at YouTube or things like that, people who are successful, they have been, whether it's not only just YouTube, anything that anybody is successful in their field, they have stuck to it, consistently showing up every single day, no matter what. And only after that, paying the price, taking the actions consistently, intensely, they have been able to reach to the point where you see today, oh, this person is so successful in their art, this person is so successful in their stand-up comedy, this person is so successful in their athleticism and all of that. But it has taken several years of intense sadhana, abhyasa. Maharshi Patanjali talks about abhyasa as something that you do with intensity for a long amount of time. For a long amount of time, meaning, suppose you take up a goal and you do it intensely for 5 days and you leave it. For example, I told you that take up that 30-day test. You do it intensely for 5 days. After that, you leave it. You had the intensity, but did you have the consistency? No. Suppose you do it for 1 year, but you do it once every week. Whenever you feel like it, you do it. Otherwise, you don't do it. Would that be the right kind of practice and intensity? No. So act immediately. Act immediately meaning you should be acting with consistency, with intensity and consistency for a long enough amount of time to actually manifest what you want to manifest. So ideas are very cheap. Whatever I am saying here, it's very cheap if you are not taking actions, because actions are rare. Start small. Start today. Start again tomorrow. Repeat. I repeat again. Start small. Start today. Start tomorrow again. And repeat. That's the simple mantra. Number 11. Guard your mind like a fortress, because guess what? Whenever we have some valuable gems, what do we do? Where do you keep your valuable gems? Do you have it open and scattered to everybody's access? Absolutely not. Guard your mind, in this case the mindset, like a fortress, so that you are convinced about this, that your thoughts are shaped by what you expose yourself to. Your indriyas, what are the 5 sensory organs that we interact with this world with? Can anybody write in the chat box, or whoever is listening to this after the recording is done? Can you write to me in the comment section, what are the 5 senses that we interact with this world with? Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongue, and our skin. These are the 5 sensory organs with which we interact with this material world. So whatever you are exposing yourself to, that is shaping your mindset. If you hang out with 10 smokers, you would be, I have no offense about smoking, okay? I am not a smoker for sure, but I'm just saying if you hang out with 10 smokers, most likely you will be a smoker too. If you are hanging out with 10 sattvic people who live a sattvic conscious life, you will be ending up being or picking up at least some of their sattvic living as well. You will be inspired to that. So whatever you are exposing yourself to, that's how you will be shaping up your reality. Because we are gregarious beings. We are social beings, which means whatever we are exposing ourselves to, that is the vibes we will be picking up, and our reality will be shaped according as that. So be very picky. You don't have to be available to every single call. You don't have to be available to every single party. You don't have to be available to every single proposal of whatever is happening around this entire world. You will be spending your whole waking time just by living other people's emergency, not to respond to your soul calling. Am I making sense? So protect and guard your mind from negative people, the news doom scrolling, when you are mindlessly scrolling news or YouTube channels of news which are talking about all the doomsday happening around the world. If you can do something about it, do it. But just by exposing yourself to these toxic things, it's not doing any good. Because know that whatever you are taking up, as whatever you are consuming, is shaping your reality in turn, you even not knowing about it. Yeah. So toxic workplaces, toxic relationships, whatever it is, take note and pluck every weed that you have planted so far, and you start again. Okay. Protect your mental soil. Only plant there what you really want to grow, because like I said, our mind is a fertile ground. It can grow anything that you want to grow there, my friends. So protect what you are planting there. I cannot stress more on this point. Thus, the penultimate point. Your attitude is everything. Your attitude is everything. A winning attitude is not a hype. A winning attitude is a habit. Let me repeat. Your winning habit. You walk on the street, not like in a proud, boastful way, but in a calm, confident way, as if you are already there where you want to reach. You are acting the life. You are behaving in a way how you want to behave when you have already reached that place where you want to reach. Your walk, your posture on the streets, how you speak, what you speak, everything will make everything reflect in your attitude the thing that you want to manifest. Calm, confident, focused, grateful. These inner postures will shape your external results in life, my friends. Try this again for the next 30 days, not only just listening to the audio, but also making sure you are imbibing inside of you this winning attitude, because it's not a hype, it's a habit. The last point, my friends, the very last point, which is the final empowerment that comes as the key takeaway from this audio. And also, by the way, it comes as the final empowerment in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, also in the 18th chapter, when after talking about the entire Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna tells to Arjuna, Jathechasi tatha kuru. Now that there is a whole verse, but I'm talking about a part of it where it says that the whole gist of it is, I have talked about what happens by doing what, the cause and effect of the whole thing. Now, you do whatever you would like. So, my friends, you are in control of this fertile ground that you are hosting within you right now as we speak. What is that fertile ground? Your mind. Who is controlling it? If you go deeper into the Vedic wisdom, who is controlling your mind? Your intellect. Your intellect is something that is controlling your mind. Most often than not, our intellect is hijacked by our ignorance. So the mind goes haywire. But use your intellect. We only use how much? Like 5% of our intelligence? You know how Einstein was saying, how much of our brain do we use even? Use your intellect to control the mind, to decide, to discriminate where you would put your mind to, your intention, your energy, your prana to, and where you want. So my friends, you are in charge. Just like Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, Jathechasi tatha kuru. You do whatever you like, my beloved Partha, my beloved Arjuna. You do whatever you like. But know that I have given you the secret of the secret wisdom, saying that what will happen if you do what, the cause and effect. After knowing it, you do whatever you like. So the final closing call to action to each one of you listening to this video, either live or later on in the recording, write down this call of action. Now that you have heard about how many I talked about was 13 different key takeaways from this timeless gem of this audio, the Strangest Secret. What to do with all of this? What to do? Here is your simple challenge for the next 30 days. Are you listening, my friends? Here is your simple challenge. Write down one meaningful goal. Just one. Yes, just one. One meaningful goal that aligns with your swadharma, your soul calling. Listen to yourself. Ask yourself, what is that thing that you can wake up to every morning charged up for the rest of your life? Even if nobody is looking at it, even if nobody is paying you for that, even if nobody else is doing it, what is that one thing that wakes you up, that charges you? Think about that one goal. Okay? One goal that you want to nurture. Look at it every morning. Write it down. In a card, write it down. If you listen to the audio, you will listen that these words. Whatever you plant on it, you will receive. Whatever you plant on your mind, you will receive, and you will harvest exactly that. So one side, this is my goal card, as you can see, I have written down. So on one side of the card, you will write, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. Okay? I repeat, on one side of this card, like this, in your goal card, in one side you write, ask and it shall be given you. Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened unto you. On the other side, you don't have to show it to anybody. This is on one side. On the other side, you write your goals. Whatever one goal, in this case, one goal I talked about, right? Write that goal. Look at it every morning. Take at least one step towards it daily. Means water that goal so that you are progressing. You remember the definition of success? Progressive realization of a worthy ideal. Whenever fear or doubt enters your mind during this 30-day test, replace it with this goal. Whenever any doubt arises in your mind in the next 30 days as you are doing the test, replace it with this goal that you have set on this card, on your card. Okay? Keep it with you. If you are going out, keep it in your wallet so you can take out every now and then. You can have a picture in your phone. You can have set up reminders also with this one goal so that it pops you with notifications. We are so accustomed with having so many buzzes, pings of notifications. Have this reminder from your alarm clock, these notifications with this reminder. You know, there are reminder apps with these notes that pops up as every 10 minutes in your mobile, every 5 minutes, every however much you think is enough for you. Look at it every single day, daily, many times. Take at least one step towards it. And whenever fear or doubt pops up, you replace it with this goal that you have set. If you feel like you have been completely hijacked by negativity one day and you have failed in that day to maintain this positivity, start over again. Okay? You are basically planting a seed, and that seed will grow. I have changed my life, and I'm continuing to listen to this and changing my life even further. I am living a life following what my soul calling was. I was one time, as many of you know who work with me, who knows me in my community, in my friend circle, you know, I was a full-time data scientist working in a university in the US, but I decided to leave everything and come back to my country in India because I want to do this, what I am doing right now, every single day, not because somebody else has told me to do it, but my soul calls to me, whispers to me every single moment saying that transforming a human being's life, nothing gives me more joy than that. So I do this with my choice, and I am progressing towards realizing this goal of reaching out to several thousands and millions of people so that I can change and transform their lives as well. as a Vedic healer and a holistic health coach. So you are planting a seed, and that seed will grow, my friends, if you just protect it, nourish it, nurture it, and don't allow any kind of doubt to enter in your specially protected fortress. Pluck every weed that you can see. Whenever you see any weed, pluck it immediately. Okay? I will end by this quote. You become what you think about. So think boldly, think clearly, think what charges you up when nobody else is even looking at you. What makes you feel like you can wake up every morning with a purpose? What is your swadharma, your righteous path that is meaningful for you? And success will follow. It's not an accident. Success is not an accident, but success will come as a consequence. You know, I said it was the last quote, but I cannot resist the temptation of sharing this quote, which again, many of you know is one of my favorite quotes. It says, if you think you can, and if you think you cannot, usually both are right. I will leave you with that. Thank you so much, my friends, for joining me in this power-packed session, yet another YouTube live session. And I would also like to leave you with a call to action saying that if you are somebody, after listening to this audio and listening to this discussion, if you are somebody who you know that I am the person who has been looking for this kind of guidance for a long time now, and I want to take charge and have some hand holding, and I want to receive some guidance one-on-one, let me tell you, my friend, my name is Dr. Deb. I am a Vedic healer and a holistic health coach full-time. I particularly empower early and midlife busy working professionals to heal naturally, holistically, live a harmonious sattvic life, and lead consciously with a powerful combination of ancient wisdom and modern science. And I am your Ikigai realignment alchemist. I would love to meet with you one-on-one if you are feeling called for. In the description of this live session, in the video, in the description, I have posted the link to claim your free one-to-one 40-minute breakthrough session, and come jump in a call with me directly so I can listen where exactly your life you think is not, whether it's progressing towards a worthy goal or it's getting consumed up by society's peer pressure, society's expectations, familial expectations, or your peer pressure's expectations. I am opening up 5 free spots just for this week. Every week I open up a few free spots, not always. So usually for these discovery calls, the breakthrough sessions, I charge 5,999 or 90 USD, but I am opening up 5 free spots. Whoever is taking actions by the end of this week, you book a call one-to-one with me. I would love to connect with you and see how I can contribute to your life and handhold you and guide you with clear-cut steps based on your swadharma. Okay? Let's do it together. Thank you so much once again. Thank you for joining in this live session. And I can't wait to see you again in yet another session. In the meantime, share this video generously with your loved and dear ones who also you know will benefit from this kind of transformative discussions. And if you haven't subscribed, hit that bell. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that bell notification icon, subscribe button, and the share button. And let this be a revolution of listening to our soul calling, not anymore wasting our precious life into just checking other people's check boxes. Let's make it happen, my friends. Let's do it together. Comment me what was your top 3 key takeaways from this discussion. Thank you. I will see you in the next session. Take care. Bye-bye.